Welcome, everybody, as we are right here at the, of course, Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics at Scoreboards Restaurant right here, where they've got the crawfish. They've also got some boiled shrimp and all kinds of stuff here, Coach.
They got it going on today. Crab. If you feel seafood, this is the place to be, huh?
Corn and potatoes. They got all the fixes with it. It is absolutely unbelievable. And we're right here at Scoreboards Restaurant. And Coach, what about it getting the Jaguar Nation to come out here every one of these shows? It's pretty important.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. To see our fans sharing with us in this moment. And this is what this show is all about. Yep. Where you can come in and mingle with friends and be part of the Jaguar family and have a little fun. You know, eat, bring your kids, socialize, meet the coaches, shake hands. And obviously, this is what the vision was all about. And so we are very appreciative to all our fans.
And kind of like in a way of Texas Stadium or Jerry's World, we've got one of the patio doors open today.
Oh, ain't no question about it. You know, it's starting to feel pretty good outside. Starting to open up the doors. You know, here in a couple of weeks, we're about to bring the whole staff in and all the fans come out. Crawfish Bar going to be going on outside. Oh, wow. DJ going to be going on. So this is going to be the place to come and socialize.
Big time. And last week, Tony Clayton, I don't know if he knocked you out and wanted to come on the show. Tony Clayton did the show, and we got some of the video of him doing the show last week with me. Yeah. And he was right here taking your place as you were on your way to Starkville, Mississippi.
Well, no other guy, his rightful place is here. You know, he had a big part of me making the decision of becoming.
Look at him. He says he looks better than you.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, I give him credit for that one right there. I mean, I got to keep the cycle of giving going, you know. But he's a great guy. He's a great ambassador for Southern University. You know, a lot of people don't really realize. They see the things that we talk about on the outside, in the media, what he's done. But I tell you what, he do more under the table than you can imagine for our students and student athletes at Southern University. So
no question.
We are very thankful to Attorney Clayton, and I'm personally thankful for him.
No question about that. He's such a great guy. Speaking of Starkville, Mississippi, talk about your experience going as an athletic director to the NCAA tournament this time, not as a coach, as an athletic director. Was it that big of a difference?
You know, you're going to try to make sure that you leverage everything you can for your coaches and for his team. And I tell you that the anticipation and excitement, taking it all in, may not be much different. You're just not out there Xing and O'ing. And I share with Coach Funches. I say, well, one thing you do know that we stand a decent chance because last time we came here, the men's team, we won. Yeah. And so take that with you and see what we can do with that ammunition going forward. And it was very exciting to see the thrill of the young ladies being in the tournament, and Coach Funches, how he handled himself. Obviously, you know, it's a lot different from a girl or ladies team #1 seed versus a men. Yeah, I think we're coming close on the men's side to knock one off. But I think it's a little ways away when you start talking about the ladies at that level and the type of athletes that they're getting compared to the mid-majors and the smaller schools.
Yeah, no question about that. I think there used to be 6 teams that were dominant. You couldn't beat them. Only the 6 teams could beat each other. I think it's now expanded to maybe 10, 11.
I agree.
And it's slowly getting there. When you got a UConn that made the Sweet 16 still, but the Lady Huskies were the #2 seed going in this year and not #1.
Right, and you start talking about Baylor and the Mississippi States and UConn and all those other programs, when they start to line up, you know, 6'5" and 6'7" on the floor and they small forwards at 6'3". I mean, that they probably were bigger than our guys team, you know, at the end of the day. And so that's impactful on the ladies' side.
No question about that. Coach, there's a lot of programs are unbelievably success. The bowling team within a game of reaching the SWAC championship in Dallas. Lizzie Wazan and Sarah LaDuff were named to the all-tournament team. Big time for seeing Coach on that, Coach Falk.
So that's something that probably if we don't have this show, our fans wouldn't know about. And so that just speaks to inside of athletics what our coaches are doing. And so that program has grown in time where we're now competing for championships. And obviously, like I said, we make no excuses. In our staff meeting, I talk about it. We chasing graduation rates and we chasing those championships. And so my job is to try to put things on the table to make sure the coaches have a tool in their tool belt to go out there and compete. And because we do want to be a dominant Southern brand.
Right. And then one of the tools that you put in for softball to refurbish a facility And what did Coach and him do, Garrison and him do this week? Just sweep Mississippi Valley State.
They swept them right on out of there. And, that's our first. And once again, the ladies was excited to be, on campus in their home facility.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And giving them something, that sense of pride, that's their territorial, that's their facility, that's their place, that's their home. You upkeep your home. You look out for your teammates, and you started that tradition. And so, just instead of having a fear, we need to make sure that it's something that's recognizable and nice and set the standards.
Yep.
And so, we haven't completed it yet. It's very nice right now, but when we totally finish, it's going to be even greater.
That's right. I believe that too. And we're going to ask your opinion about Coach Jackson for baseball, but how big was it for Southern not only to sweep Grambling? And I had my headphones on doing the pregame show, so I didn't get to hear all what Chris Jones was talking about. The 1959 NAIA National Championship were honored right there on the field. Two of the players left that were on there. That was a special moment. You could see the fans standing up and giving a rounding ovation.
Yeah, and it was thrilling. After the game, we had a reception for those guys at the President House. And to sit down and be able to talk to them and hear the stories, and for the younger guys, the team, to be in there and listen to them, to shake their hand and understand the tradition of that baseball program. Yeah. I think it speaks volumes, and it make you as a player to go out there and want to compete at a higher level. And so I always say, I won't back away from it. You get better when you understand your history. You can't go forward till you know your history. And we are trying our best to bring the older with the new, so we can all understand and move forward.
You're doing a very good job at that, big time, but bringing athletes back at Southern University, alumni and what have you, and it's just exciting. And that's always successful. When I see that coaches, college coaches or pro coaches, don't let those old guys come back in, that to me, they're getting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, I think you have to open the door. I think that everybody have to understand their place. So I mean, you're coming in and you have to be respectful for that coach and what he's about, his philosophy. And so you're coming in to talk about the history, not to actually coach the kids, but you're talking about coming in, working hard, the fundamentals of that game, and trying to enhance the brand of what that coach is coaching and what he's teaching.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about Carlos Funchess. He's here in the house as he guided the Lady Jaguars to the NCAA tournament. We're going to talk about the success of this year and next year as well coming up. Coach Carlos Funchess and the Lady Jags, we're talking about them coming up right here next. This is Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. We're right here from Scoreboards Restaurant on Coursey Boulevard in between Airline and Sherwood. Come on out and say hello, get you some delicious food. We'll be back right here on Pelican Sports TV.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love. Grand Cherokees, we'd rather sell them than move them.
It's Salisbury's Move and Selling Jeep Adventure Days.
Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, $27,990.
With Power Group backup camera, keyless entry, and Uconnect.
Get them now at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram in Baton Rouge.
Buddies, talking about buddies. You just can't lock them out, buddies. They'll make your day. Hey. Buddies, you can't deny them, buddies. You just can't buy them. Whoever comes your way, buddies are here to stay.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Scoreboards as it's overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar athletics, and it's time to look a little closer at the Lady Jags. Made their 5th NCAA appearance in the history of its program, and this is the first time since 2010 that it happened, and we had an opportunity to follow them, and Mr. Perry White was following the Lady Jags during the tournament. Here we go.
You know what you're going to have to do to be successful. If it's a guy down in the paint, Keandre sitting in the paint at 6'5", blocking everything, you can't run down there. Stop, shoot the mid-range jump. Our post, we got to beat this big girl up and down the court. Now, you might not be able to get all the way to the basket, or if you're trailing, when we're running our primary break, ask for it, knock down the 3-ball. You got to neutralize it. We have some things that we can do to take advantage of their weaknesses. That's what we're going to have. I mean, we got posts that can step out and stroke the 3-ball. This kid likes to step out and hedge, the big girl. They like to hedge on screen. Okay, we get the roll, she rolling down to the lane on the switch. We get the kickback. But you got to know what you're doing. Do what you practice doing every day. That's how you're going to be successful. Let's go, ladies. Let's go. Right here.
Good job. That was an awesome video that Perry and them did. That was awesome to see that. And I know you were proud. Coach, let's talk about it. Coach Funchess, Carlos Funchess joins us right here. Lady Jags, of course, head basketball coach in his first year. You set the standard high, Coach. In the very first year, you win the SWAC regular season title. Then you win the tournament, the SWAC tournament in Birmingham, and then you go into the NCAA tournament. That's a high bar that you set.
Well, we had a great group of young ladies that came out and played extremely hard, not just during game day, but each and every day.
Right.
And they did a tremendous job. From a leadership standpoint, our seniors did a great job also, and that just helped us to get over the hump.
And at one point in that Mississippi State game, you were leading 6-5.
Right.
And I know that Coach Vick was upset that he was watching, and it's something you and I talked about off air, that the Lady Jags had some open shots.
We had some open looks. Mississippi State does a great job of putting pressure on you and creating turnovers. But we did have some good looks early. I think we missed a layup or two real early to get some momentum going our way. But, I mean, they're an extremely tough team.
Right. And obviously a lot of turnovers in that game. And then also you could tell their speed because we also had a lot of team fouls, a lot of fouls in that ball game.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a 6'7" on the post down there, I mean, it's hard to stop her. We did everything we could possibly to slow her down, but I mean, they're a tremendous team. I give them all the credit.
2 straight national runner-up, Mississippi State Bulldogs. And they lost last year's national championship to Notre Dame on a last-second shot.
Right.
So this is not just, Coach, I'm going to give you an idea. Let me tell you what you think about this. To me, I would like to see all the teams that win their tournament, that go into the tournament be the top seeds. And that includes Southern University, like maybe 8th seed or what have you. And the teams that bid to get in and win the bids to get in, they should be the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 16th seed. And that way Southern would play against a kind of like a 7th seed or what have you and give you a better shot.
Yeah, I mean, you would like to play a team that you really have a good opportunity to beat, for sure, that you match up well with. You know, playing Mississippi State at Mississippi State in Starksville, I mean, that's tough. You know, not only do they have an advantage size-wise and things like that, but, you know, playing at home is a big plus.
And the crowd, you could only find a seat open in that place. It was a sellout.
It was a sellout.
And that crowd was absolutely unbelievable.
They did a great job supporting those young ladies, and they've done so the entire year. So, I mean, it was just good to see our kids come out and play extremely hard the whole game. We didn't give up. We kept fighting, but unfortunately, we just didn't knock down shots.
Coach, against Jackson State in the SWAC championship game in Birmingham, Alabama, it was a very big defensive battle. You wore down Jackson State. They played a double overtime game the night before against the Lady Panthers of Prairie View A&M. You took advantage of that. They looked fresh at the beginning, but then as your defense and your full court press, it started to wear them down.
Well, I mean, we have a deep team. When we go to our bench, it's not a big drop off or anything like that. Sometimes it's an upgrade in certain areas. So that was part of the plan, to make sure that we guarded well and put some pressure on them. We couldn't pressure up like we really wanted to because we got in foul trouble early, and they were in the bonus, so we had to pull back on the pressure. That was to Jackson State's advantage, but we did what it took to get the win. You know, that was the bottom line.
And you had different players to step up. Coco Parsons took this team on her back in that first game against Grambling State and said, I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Yeah, I mean, the entire tournament, we played with 1 point guard. Right. Coco couldn't play the first game against Mississippi Valley because she had a severe ankle injury. And then after the game that evening, Danae Charles had a car accident. She was rear-ended, so she couldn't play the final 2 games. So we played with 1 point guard. Skylar Aubert stepped in and played some PG for us, and as well as Brittany Rose. So they did a good job. I mean, we had some adversity and had some things that go to the left for us, but you know, we figured out a way to get it done.
Yeah, I saw in that Mississippi State game, Danielle had a brace on her left knee, and she went to go dive. The ball was going out of bounds, and she wanted to dive for it, but she said, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, you have to be smart in situations like that.
Exactly. Coach, your final thoughts of this team. First of all, I thought this team, if somebody asked me, I'd say, okay, what have you thought about this team? I don't think I've ever seen such a team effort.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
I mean, that was our message to the kids all year. Like I say, again, we lost our 2 leading scorers from last year. We needed to score the basketball, and we needed to do it as a unit. So everybody had to play for each other and create shots for each other. And they came out, they listened, they bought in, and then defensively we wanted to create some easy buckets by initiating pressure. And you know, all of it worked out. We had some close games coming down the stretch, some early. We lost a couple early, but the young ladies really stepped up and played extremely hard. All
right, now first thoughts of next year's team and the schedule too. Has that been completed?
Well, we hadn't completed the schedule, but it's always going to be tough. Right. I mean, you look at this year's schedule, we played Michigan, we played Arizona State, we played Kentucky, Baylor, Mississippi State. All those teams made it to the round of 32.
Yeah.
And some of them still playing, Mississippi State, Baylor, Arizona State. So our schedule is always going to be rigorous.
All right, what about player-wise?
Player-wise, we have some good signees coming in, along with our freshmen. We're going to do a lot of player development this summer. And I think the ladies have gotten a taste of it, the returnees coming back, so they're going to work hard, and we expecting to do the same thing again next year.
Yeah.
Win the regular season and win the tournament.
I think you will. You'll be right there with it, no question about that. Congratulations, Coach, on a very successful year. Your coaching staff was unbelievable. It was great. It was fun to watch. And look, if you want the definition of teamwork, look under the Webster's Dictionary. It was this year's Lady Jaguar basketball team. From top to bottom, from the bench all the way to the starters, everybody played the same. No selfish player on this team. It was incredible to watch. When we come back, we're talking softball. Softball got a big series this past weekend, and a big series coming up this weekend too. We'll talk to Coach Garris coming up right here next from Scoreboard's Restaurant right here on Coursey Boulevard. This is Overtime with Roman Banks Show. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. Back in a moment, Pelican Sports TV.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
CareSouth offers a wide range of comprehensive medical, behavioral health, and dental services. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, we want to thank the Parish of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, and Iberville for allowing us to serve you. Come out to any of our locations where family is serving families.
I can still remember Charlotte's first day of kindergarten like it was yesterday. Now, she's heading off to college.
So how are you feeling?
I'm nervous. I'm also really excited.
You know you're the first McKernan to not go to LSU in decades. Promise me this, you'll wear purple and gold at all the UT football games.
Dad.
Letting go isn't easy, especially for this Louisiana dad, but our children know family is always there for them. Just like when our clients come to us for help, they'll always be part of the Get Gordon family. We want to be your lawyers for life.
Call 888-8888.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
Welcome back, everybody, as we are overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. We looked at, obviously, Lady Jag basketball just a moment ago. We're going to talk more baseball coming up in a moment and all the activities coming up on the southern campus. If you're going out to any of those deals, we want to remind you again, get there early. We'll tell you the times and all of that. One of the things coming up this weekend is a big softball series, and you had a big one last weekend. Head coach John Garris from softball joins us right here. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great.
Good to see you, my friend. Well, congratulations. First of all, let's discuss how it was playing in the brand new facility.
Boy, it was a lot of fun. It was great to be home. Great to be on the bluff.
That's exactly right. And it's got to be, because you've been away a long time.
Yes, sir. We have. We've kind of roamed around and been vagabonds a little bit, but sometimes if you're going to do something and you're going to build something, it takes a little bit. And so there have been a lot of great improvements to our facility, and the things that have been improved on and the things that have been completed, we wanted to get them right. And we took the time to get them right, and every seat in the house, it's great sight lines. There's standing room for people, so it's a lot of great views out there.
How do the players think when they arrive to the park and know we're going to play?
Yes, they were very excited about being home.
Oh, I see that, because you just didn't beat Mississippi Valley State one game or two games. You swept them.
That's right.
You beat them 2-1 on Friday, 4-3 on Saturday, and 5-1 on Sunday. And with that, of course, Aubrey James pitched a no-hitter on Friday and also pitched on Saturday. A big win for her for 4-3 there.
Absolutely, yes, sir. It was a great outing for her this weekend. Our pitching throughout the whole weekend was very good, and that's where it all starts.
Now, again, a totally different between the difference between baseball and softball. Again, we've talked about that on radio. With baseball, you're going over like that, so you could pitch about 100 pitches usually in one game, and you can't pitch for a little while. With softball, it's a lot differently. What do you want her pitch count to be per game, would you say?
Well, we believe that if we can attack the zone and we can start the other team's bats and get these guys going where they're swinging a little bit, that it gives us a chance to make the plays behind the pitcher, and they're more efficient. There are less pitches, and therefore in a weekend series, a pitcher could come back and throw again and be effective, still have a live arm and still have a little gas in her tank, so that's important for us.
Yeah, big time important, because pitching is a big part of softball, and if you get good pitchers and a good pitcher that can pitch on a Friday and then turn around and also pitch on a Saturday and get both wins, that's pretty impressive.
Yes, it was a great weekend for Aubrey, and she's been able to do that several times and been very effective in that role and in that capacity. But it starts, like we said, with getting ahead in the count, leveraging the count against the hitter, and putting yourself in a position where you can be successful.
What do you see with your team right now as we're in the SWAC play? Obviously, got a big weekend series. We'll talk about that in just a moment right now. First of all, let's talk about fielding. How do you feel your team is in the field?
Well, we worked very hard on our defense, and today we used every minute we had allotted to practice, and our outfielders took 15 or 20 minutes where the ball was hit to them from home plate, and coach worked with them. And imagine if there's 4 or 5 people out there and they're constantly getting balls, how many balls you'd practice in 15 or 20 minutes. And so we spent a lot of time on some very precise, detailed things with our defense for the last 3 weeks as we're getting ready to jump into SWAC play. And we feel very confident that we can marry our pitching and our defense. And as you know, that's the key to winning.
I have so much admiration for softball, and I'm going to tell you why, because I played baseball a lot over the years, but in softball, here's how it's different. The pitching mound is closer to home plate, so when that ball is coming fast like that, that ball is coming at around maybe 80, 90 miles an hour. And sometime, look, there was a pitcher, an all-star pitcher, Jenny Finch, struck out Albert Pujols 3 straight pitches. And Albert Pujols has been a big-time league hitter for years, one of the best hitters in baseball, period. So it's very hard to do that, but also in the fielding part, because the field is shorter than a baseball field, so when that ball is coming on a good line drive or a good, hard ground ball, you have time to pick it up and throw it to first base, and not much time. That's why sometimes it's very hard to get the double plays.
Yes. We had an exciting double play the other day in our game, and we've got an exciting group in the infield. If you come and watch those guys, they can do some fun things. They're pretty good with the leather, so it's kind of fun to watch them. And our outfield group is fantastic. Particularly with Aubrey James, we get a lot of balls that are hit in the air, and so our outfield has to go track them down, and they've really done really well.
So balls hitting in the air, is that more of a low pitch as she's pitching around the kneecaps?
Right. That's a function of keeping the ball low and changing the speeds, and so you get them off balance a little bit and they'll hit the ball in the air, and that's where you need your outfielders to be really good. And we've gotten some really good play when Aubrey's not a pitcher. She's played in the outfield for us. We have Peyton Mercado, who is although she's a freshman on our team, she's on the Mexican national team.
Wow.
And she's played really well. And Jaslyn Perriton is a senior, a civil engineer. Got that right. I always try to make her a mechanical engineer, but a civil engineering major who's a great student and a fantastic, fun kid to be around. And she's played really well for us in the outfield. Tiara Scott is one of our pitchers, and she even played a little bit in the outfield the other day and has done a good job. And then occasionally we see Shauna Knighton out there, and she's done well for us too.
Cool deal. Now, what about your batting? How do you feel your batting is doing?
Well, we as we started out the year, that was an area we really could improve on, and we weren't as strong as we wanted to be offensively. If people are going to come out and watch us Saturday, you're not just watching batting, you're not just watching hitting, you're going to watch offense, because we're going to put the pressure on the other team. We're going to steal some bases, we're going to stretch some things, and so we've got some players that can run a little bit, and so it's just pretty fun to watch.
And I'm coming.
Hey, there
I
you
will
go.
be there Saturday.
I'm going to tell you what. If somebody's looking for something fun to do this weekend, it's come to the Bluff.
That's right.
Because you got football, you got baseball, you got softball. You can spend your whole day out there just enjoying yourself watching those Jags.
I've played a lot of sports, but I think the one that I like to watch and go as a spectator is softball and baseball. It's so relaxing and it's so fun to watch. It really is.
Yes.
And I really enjoy that, and I can't wait to be there at Jaguar Park. And the games on Friday, Grambling State 3 p.m., on Saturday at 11 a.m., and Sunday at 1 p.m.
Yes, sir. We're playing a little school from that little community up north. I don't say that name. I don't say that name, but you know, it's that little school.
Yeah.
But it's very exciting, and what I would say to our fans and the folks that are thinking about coming out on Saturday is there's not a place in our facility that isn't a great view of the field where you can see the game. Some folks kind of congregate down the right field line. We've got a little wall, and they lean on the wall and watch. And then the seating behind home plate, you can see everything, and you're right on top of the action. So it's a great venue.
And you know, there'll be some tailgaters out there. There'll be some cooking and stuff going on.
What you talking about? This past weekend, we had a great jambalaya cook at our place. Miss Kitty Jenkins, you know, she's practically a chef. And so the Booster Club put together a great meal for us. And of course, when you win, that jambalaya tastes even better.
So with me going early this week and be able to watch softball, because when I'm doing the baseball broadcast, I can't get up. I'm sitting there and I can't get up, so I can smell all that food and I can't go eat. But this time I'm going to be able to go eat.
So you can roam around at the softball
That's right, roam around, stuff like that.
Well, Chris, why don't you put on Lacumba a Jaguar suit? And
I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do that. And then are you giving me some signs? What are your signs saying that Chris, stop doing that?
We'll give you some signs.
Folks, I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be fun again. Grambling State Friday at 3 p.m., Saturday at 11 a.m., and Sunday at 1 p.m. Again, get there early because of the fact of all the activities going on. We're going to talk about that with Coach Banks coming up here in just a moment. Now, when we come back, we're going to, of course, shine our spotlight, our corporate sponsor spotlight. We'll do that when we come back right here. It's Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics right here from Scoreboard's Restaurant. It's on Coursey Boulevard. Be back in a moment right here on Pelican Sports TV.
SWAC is back in Birmingham, March 15th and 16th for the 2019 Toyota SWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championship. The action is back at the Magic City. Don't miss your chance at being a part of SWAC history as 8 teams battle it out to punch their ticket to the big dance. Come be a part of the SWAC family on March 15th and 16th. Don't miss the 2019 Toyota SWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Get your tickets at swac.org/Toyota SWAC Tournament.
At Roadrunner Towing, we love our God, our children, our nation, and yes, our sports. So let's play ball. Score big when you need a tow, either in East Baton Rouge or West Baton Rouge. Because at Roadrunner Towing, we don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes.
Legendary Import Group. Exceptional service and a rare collection. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. We are legendary.
I am legendary.
I'm Team Legendary.
I am legendary.
I am legendary.
Now that's legendary.
Stop by Legendary Import Group today, where our team is honored to serve you. We are legendary.
Legendary Import Group, the only place for legendary care.
The smart Baton Rouge business traveler travels out of Baton Rouge. Why? It's about not having to wake up hours earlier, fight traffic, and stand in long lines. It's also about BTR being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere your business takes you. Smart. So for your business, if it's about being one step ahead and not dead on your feet, then it's about time you flew BTR. Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
I can't imagine a day without music.
You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right? You ever come to Louisiana?
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics, and these shows are getting bigger and bigger, and it's a chance to spread the word. Every time I've got friends from Lafayette, Louisiana, that call me up and say, I saw you on TV talking with Coach Banks at about Southern University. They get excited and want to come meet me over here. Well, we got our spotlight to shine right now on Deshaun Jones. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
From the Follett University Bookstore, is that correct?
It is Southern University Campus Bookstore.
Southern University Campus Bookstore. Now tell us where you're located.
We're located on campus. We actually have two stores. The main store is located at 500 Justice Stone Avenue. It's a main location on campus, and we also have a Law Center bookstore, and it's located in the Law Center bookstore. In the Law Center.
Do you have to be a student to shop there?
No, everyone is welcome. We welcome all fans.
So that's good. Now tell us your hours.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. We're open on Saturdays for game days. The main store is open, but we also follow athletics, and we try to have a setup at almost all of the events that they have going on.
And now you're right before now the guard station, is that correct?
We're right after you pass the guard station.
So do you have to have a pass to get in, or you just say you're going to
just say you're going to the bookstore.
Okay.
Even when the campus is closed and the bookstore is open, you're still welcome to come on campus.
How important is it for fans to buy licensed gear?
I would say it's extremely important because a lot of the proceeds go back to the university whenever they purchase those items from the bookstore. So the licensed gear branded by the school or the university is a big deal.
That's the only thing I liked about going to college was going to the bookstore, buying your books or buying merchandise from from the university and what have you. So tell us, will there be more Under Armour gear at the bookstore as well?
Yes, this coming fall we're looking to get a new line. We're trying to get more sideline gear to fit in with the athletics department. Where you'll see the coaches wearing the polos, we trying to carry those polos as well so the fans can have it.
Oh, cool. And that brings me to my next question. Tell us some of the items that you have for fans to buy. You said polos, first of all?
We have polos. We have the Under Armour sideline gear that athletics football have right now. We also have roll tees. We sell cups, mugs, car flags, decals. You name it, we probably have it.
Okay, cool deal. So what about hats?
We definitely have hats, and we have visors, and we even have the rally towels.
Because I've got to come get a new hat.
You have to come and get a new hat, and we'll be set up Saturday.
Right, and I like the white hats, but I can't wear white because of the fact I will get it dirty somewhere.
Well, how about we have a Columbia blue front
That's what I want.
And a white around the back, so maybe you'll be safe with that.
Are they fitted hats, or are they also
We have
both?
fitted, and we have the adjustable, and we also have the stretch, I guess you call it, like the baseball style cap.
Okay, so it's any size fit.
Yes.
One size fits all.
Fits most, yes.
Right, cool. Yeah, because I have a big head too, and that's like, I have to stretch it for a little bit because it gives me a headache, it's so tight. But then when I stretch it out, it does very well. But now also, do you sell outside of the bookstore, which meaning at games or on the road games too, maybe sometimes?
So for football season, we're set up at every football home game. For baseball, we try to do the Saturdays games. We're going to look forward to setting up for soccer, tennis.
Oh, cool.
Baseball, well, we named baseball. Basketball, we set up at all of the home games this year. And we also travel for Bayou Classic.
Oh, wow.
We go all the way to New York.
So you're on Poydras Street right there?
No, we're actually in the Hyatt, and then we go to Champion Square.
Oh, wow. Okay, and in basketball, where are you located in the basketball at the FT Clark Activity Center?
Exactly.
But we're at, what gate do you remember?
On the entrance side where the fans come in, it's just one entrance.
Okay, all right, the entrance side. Now, can fans purchase any of the items online too?
Yes, you can purchase your items at SUVRshop.com, and it'll take you straight to our website. We do ship, and there's a flat fee of $7.50 no matter how much you order. Even if you order one of those nice tailgating tents, you only pay $7.50 to get it.
Oh wow! Oh, that's cool. So why is it so important? And you have done it. You've been since I've been doing the broadcast. I read a liner from your store, and also you have commercials and what have you. Why is it so important not only to be on the Southern campus, but actually support Southern by buying advertising?
I would say all of the proceeds go back to the university, and we all work hand in hand, and it all just helps promote each other, athletics, getting the fans out there,
right.
And also come and shop and patronize in the store to know that we're not just there to sell textbooks.
Does it help you with your business? Has it helped you with your business?
Since we've partnered with athletics?
Right.
Yes, tremendously.
That's
yes.
awesome.
Because the fans are not just shopping during the games, they're also coming back to shop when we're, just off seasons from the games. So
Right.
they're
Now what
there.
about this weekend, getting ready for a busy weekend? Where are you going to be located? Where can people buy this weekend?
We will be set up by the football stadium.
Okay.
We're going to set up for baseball, and we're also going to be set up for the softball games. And I'm thinking about having a store open for those that are not, they're going from one area to another, but they still want to see everything that we have in the store. We're going to go ahead and have the store open as well.
So the store will be open.
It will
What
be
times
open.
will they be open? Do you know?
The store will be open from 11 to 3.
Okay. Now on regular football games, home football games, do you have that store open as well?
We sure do.
Oh wow! So they can go in there.
Yes, they can.
And do you have it on site again? You were saying on site?
And we are definitely on site. Last football season, we were on site in 3 different locations.
Oh wow! So you got
Yes.
plenty of spots.
Yes.
Because I was going to ask you which side. Is it the football practice side, or is it the other side with the press box side? But you're all over.
All over. Yeah,
Wow.
we try to make our presence well known on campus so that there's no reason for them to say we didn't know, the bookstore had this or they
Right.
had that. So yeah, we pretty much try to set up everywhere we can.
And we have such beautiful colors, don't we?
Yes, that Columbia blue is amazing.
It is absolutely gorgeous, but like I said, you can get a white. I see the president. I talked to the president last week, Southern University, and he had that nice leather hat. That is nice. I like that. But all kinds of hats you can get right there. And like I said, you show your pride, not just showing up and cheering, but show your pride again buying that licensed merchandise.
Yes,
And
that's
especially
very
Under Armour. That's going to be big. And you said you've got more coming in.
More coming in.
So that's going to be great. We can wear what the coaches wear. Look like a coach and stuff like that. That ought to be a lot of fun. So is this a fun job for you?
Yes, it's very fun. I get to meet a lot of people. I interact with a lot of alumni. And just the fan base alone, it makes me excited to be a part of this organization.
But what do? Do you say like, okay, I want a selection of hats here, or do I need a new selection of this? Do you pick and choose and say, okay, I want this, I want to go order a good supply of this? Of special T-shirts
I
or
can
something?
put in a good word, but my home office, we have a buyer. She does look for our input, and she tried to run with whatever it is that I come up with. So just like when I had a lot of fans, they were requesting why we don't have towels. I said, okay, I can make that happen.
Oh, wow.
And now we sell the towels. So
Well, Deshaun, thank you so much for being here. Deshaun, and congratulations, you got married
February
recently, right?
2nd, yes.
Congratulations. Look at you. Well, congratulations. Give it to her. Yes, indeed. I like that. When we come back, Coach Banks is going to join us right back here. So we're going to talk all kinds of sports coming up, and we're going to ask the athletic director segment coming up as well. It's all when we come back, plus the next 7 too. It's all right here as overtime with Coach Roman Banks. A closer look as Southern Athletics right here from Scoreboards Restaurant. I'm Chris Powers on Pelican Sports TV.
Need to see a doctor fast? Lake Express Check-In lets you get in line online. Visit OLOLRMC.com/express to choose an estimated treatment time at one of our emergency room, urgent care, or physician office locations. A service of Our Lady of the Lake.
Legendary Import Group, distinguished service and detailed attention. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. Stop by 10660 Coursey Boulevard or phone 225-960-1191.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score. Because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers. Craveable cane sauce. Crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
Talking about buddies, you just can't lock them out, buddies. They'll make your day. Hey. Buddies, you can't deny them, buddies. You just can't buy them. You wear them, whatever comes your way. Buddies are here to stay.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton & Fouget. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton & Fouget today.
This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve with home and auto insurance.
Talk to State Farm agent Anna Jones in Baton Rouge today.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
All right, welcome back right here at Overtime with Athletic Director Roman Banks. A closer look at Jaguar Athletics. And we look at two hot teams at Southern University, the ladies softball and the men's baseball team. They both had coming off the sweeps this past weekend, and they've got two rivalries they're going to be playing this weekend as well. Plus, spring football back in the Bluffs, and that leads us to the next 7 in Southern University Athletics. That video going up to you right now, but first we want to ask the athletic director, if I can get it out right. We've got Chris Jones, sports information director, is ready to ask a question to athletic director Roman Banks.
Coach, with softball being back at their facility, just talk about how important it is to have the facility upgrades for many of our Olympic sports online on campus.
Well, I think that you have to start about it, show that you care. No question about it. Historically, you know, football and basketball are your two major sports, and you start talking about baseball. But we want to make sure that all our student athletes have a quality experience. And so your Olympic sports is much of my concentration right now to make sure that their facilities are up to par, making sure that they travel have standards, and making sure that we're accommodating them equally like we do all our student athletes. And I think that we have done that and showed that thus far.
Coach, tell us about having Coach Funches win SWAC regular season SWAC tournament title in his first year. What does it mean for the future of the women's basketball program that it's in capable hands moving forward?
Well, I think that you just said it. In his first year, inaugural year, to go in and win a championship, and not only win the conference but also win the tournament, I think that's pretty tough to do as a coach. And but it also goes to when we made that decision that we thought that we had stability in Coach Funches, and not only that, a guy with great character. And so I think that everyone can take a lesson is that if you work hard and just keep working, and somebody's always watching you, you'll get your opportunity. And then if you're doing that, then you'll be ready to seize your opportunity. And he definitely is the answer to all those statements that I just made. And so I've been knowing him a long time. His personality has not changed. You know, you won't know he in a room if you don't really know him. And so it's well deserving to him. And he always been that type of guy. So once again, congratulations to you, Coach Funches.
Very good job this year, big time. Very, very good job. Coach, next week you're not going to be here. We're going to have Henry Baptiste here. We're going to try to get Tony Clayton here as well. Oh, but before we get
that's double trouble.
That's big time. I'm really asking.
Hey, make sure I have everybody back when I come back, because they might be some leaving out the doors.
Show your bling right here to the camera. Show your ring right here to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Now you can actually buy a fan ring.
Yes.
For the Lady Jags Championship. Tell us how we can do that.
And so we're in the communication stages with the ring company that handles all our gear. And so you can call the ticket office at 225-771-3171 and make your request known. Simply send me an email to myself or the Chris Jones office, and we will have information coming next week, early next week, and probably at the next show about how we're going by that process.
All right, now I think we got the video ready for the next 7 in Southern University athletics. Here we roll the tape.
Welcome to the next 7 in Jaguar athletics. Southern University Track and Field will be headed over to Austin, Texas on March the 27th to compete in the Texas Relays. Head coach John Garrison and the Southern University softball team will host a weekend series with the Tigers of Grambling State. First pitch on March the 29th at 3 p.m. before a doubleheader on March the 30th at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then the Jags head down to Thibodaux, Louisiana to take on Nicholls State April the 2nd at 6 p.m. Southern University's women's tennis team will head down to the Sunshine State to take on the Florida A&M Rattlers March the 28th in Tallahassee, Florida at 11 a.m. and as well as the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats March the 30th in Daytona Beach, Florida at 10:30 a.m. Southern University men's baseball team will host Northwestern State on March the 27th at 6 p.m. and host the Prairie View A&M Panthers March the 28th through the 30th at Lee Hines Field before heading down to Thibodaux, Louisiana to take on Nicholls State April the 2nd at 6 p.m. Southern University football, led by head coach Dawson Odoms, will host their annual spring game on March the 30th at A.W. Mumford Stadium at 1 p.m. And that was your next 7 in Jaguar athletics. Go Jags!
All right, with the next 7 for Jaguar athletics, again, we urge people to get to the campus early. The alumni flag football game starts at 11 a.m.
Yeah, so you're going to have at 10.
Or 10 a.m.?
At 10, we're going to have some of our older guys out there running after that flag and throwing that ball. So we have alumni game starting at 10, and we're very excited about that. And that'll take place before the game starts at 1 o'clock.
Big question, is Acadian Ambulance on the scene?
We got them right there at all times. But no question about it, this weekend is a big weekend with football, baseball, and softball going on, and then you have our Spring Fest going on campus. And it's intended, like all colleges campus, everybody come out, bring your RVs, tailgate, walk around, have a good time, and mix and mingle with the athletic department.
No question about that. I plan on being out there early as well. Now, you're going to the Final Four next week. It's going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which ought to be beautiful in that dome. But tell us the importance why that an athletic director and a coach needs to go to an event like that.
Well, so everybody just familiar with the Final Four and the game.
Right.
But it's more of a business seminar.
That's right.
And a lot of times we have lost out because we didn't have representation at the table. And when I was a basketball coach, I was fortunate enough to be on several committees as it relates for the NCAA. And so we're jockeying ourselves from the commission office all the way down to some of our ADs to get on these committees. And so we've been asked to sit on panels and discuss and breakout rooms. And so I look forward to going there and fighting for our conference and fighting for our coaches and fighting for our universities. And that's the most important part, because if you don't do it at that point, then you don't have opportunity to use your voice.
No question about that. Now, spring football is coming to an end with the game. Is it too early to start thinking about season tickets? Can we buy season tickets right now?
So you actually can sign up new season ticket, people that season to buy tickets for the first time can call the ticket office, and you can sign up for your tickets right now. If you're already a current holder, then we'll be sending you out a bill where you can pay much sooner than you did in the past. But now it's very important that we take advantage of this opportunity because the bloodline for us to upgrade, to get scholarships, to take care of facilities, starts with those season tickets. And so I don't know if people really know, but we're talking about it from a staff to put some detailed information out about season tickets because all season tickets, you can buy a season ticket for $65.
Wow.
And during that time, when you get your season ticket, you also can get the discount package for football and baseball for only $50 for each sport. And so that's a deal within itself. And I have, we talked about ticket prices. I have discounted ticket prices. If you buy them as a season book holder, you're getting the tickets much cheaper than you're getting them at the regular rate we have right now. And so it's going back, basically I look back at history, looked at our old prices, and so all season ticket prices are based on the old prices before tickets went up.
All right, let's get this camera right here, show these big crawfish. All right, so here, see this big crawfish? Go buy your season tickets.
Right now.
For football. Buy them now.
Now. Not only football, but all sports.
All sports, that's exactly right. So go get it now. Coach, speaking of Kerry Jackson, what an unbelievable job he has done in just, you talk about Carlos Funchess, what the job he did in his first year. Well, obviously, with the coach in his second year, he has totally turned this team around. Swept Grambling State, in first place in the SWAC West, and now you can start to think and talk about there's a possibility that Southern Jaguars could actually make the NCAA regionals.
Yeah, no question about it. So, you know, Coach KJ, Coach Jackson, I talk about him all the time about the quality of person that he is, but baseball is much ahead of the game. You know, when we went through our process with the NCAA, that was one of the most toughest problems that we had to fix. And we had to get a quality guy that had knowledge about baseball on the field as well as off the field in the classroom and the rules and regulations. And so we looked at a lot of people, and it just holds true practice that we think that he's the right guy for the program.
No question about that. Hey, next week, head coach Jeff Conyers will join us right here on the program, preview the SWAC tennis tournament in New Orleans. Also, track coach White will recap the track meet at the Texas Relays and offers insight to outdoor season. And we'll shine our corporate spotlight on another corporate sponsor. That is next week. And again, God help me, crawfish help me do something. Tony Clayton and
Henry Baptiste
may be right here.
Right here in these seats,
together.
right together. Double trouble.
Oh my goodness. So
but two great guys that love Southern University and Southern University athletics.
So I'll be next week right here at Scoreboards. We invite you to come on out and have fun with us right here. I'm Chris Powers along with Coach Roman Banks, Pelican Sports TV.